Hello and welcome to Junior Achievement's virtual speaker series. Today, our conversation focuses on the career pathway of technology. And our special guest today is Talya Parker. And Talya is a cybersecurity architect. Hello, Talya, how are you?
Hi, Claire. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm very interested for you to tell us, what is a cybersecurity architect?
So a cybersecurity architect is essentially, could be one of many things. We support a number of teams who are doing carrying a variety of functions, and assessing risk is one of the key roles, assessing risk and definitely driving a lot of technology deployments throughout the enterprise. My role specifically, I lead the governance, risk, and compliance, and also the risk and audit assessments against a platform that we're building out.
Okay, so do you work for one company or do you work for a majority of companies at this time?
Yes, so I work for one company and we serve clients. Currently, we perform as a research institute division, and we are hired by a number of clients, and our role currently is to build out a platform we are using through Amazon Web Services. So we are building out a platform for our client and being able to make sure not only the systems and applications are secure, but also understanding the data and making sure that is secure as well. And so in order to do that, we have a number of things that are happening, in which two of those things I am driving, which is the governance, risk, and compliance. And we're implementing a new tool to be able to track each systems and understanding change management, access controls. It gets really technical. So that's one aspect of it. And then also doing the risk assessment piece so that we can identify gaps in our processes and being able to fix that to prevent a breach.
Okay. And how and why did you choose this career?
Wow. So cybersecurity to me is so exciting. I would like to say that this career path found me. When I was in my bachelor level, I studied business. And then I even went on to get a master's in international business because I had aspirations to do something completely different. And I ended up relocating to Atlanta, Georgia, where I was working in banking. And I had a peer mentor say to me, what about data privacy? It's not a lot of people who understands what it is, and now would be the perfect time to get in. So I made that transition by taking on an internship opportunity for 4 months in data privacy, which is the protection of data, is one component of cybersecurity. And when I was hired into consulting, I ended up working for one of the big 4 consulting firms, Deloitte, and the data privacy fell under their cyber risk umbrella. And so I started to learn a lot about technology, the innovation, and the regulations that are created to kind of modify the way we collect consumer data and how those systems are protected. And I found it so fascinating that I decided to go back to school to get my master's in cybersecurity. And so I have been on this career path for about 6 years now, and it is a never-ending cycle of learning and growing because technology is evolving. Companies are getting very creative with the types of services that they and products that they deliver to consumers. And I'm just so excited to be on the back end where I get to really break things apart, understanding how things work and making sure each element of that is secure.
That's great. And one thing you talked about was an internship.
Yes.
And as you began your process of education after school in business, and then you switched to data security, and that your interest, I'm sure, was elevated through a mentorship program, through an internship, which is a great way to actually give you a visual opportunity to see if that career fits you and you fit that career.
Absolutely. I would suggest to college students to, if you can, do an internship every summer.
Right.
You know, every summer, every opportunity, every break that you get, you know, seek out an opportunity to do internships, and especially now, where I think there may be opportunities to do a lot of remote work internships. You'll see a lot of the larger companies that are very not tech savvy. They're able to create remote work opportunities as well, so you can gain the experience even if you wanted to continue while you were in school. But working in an intern, I was very inquisitive and very driven to learn about the space, because it's very broad, and sometimes it's just reading about, you know, a field, it doesn't become as practical and hands-on. So that internship was very really defined my career. It really shaped it. And I knew that this is the space that I wanted to be in.
Right. So what is your day? I know it's with this pandemic, everybody using virtual platforms has increased. So I'm sure you're incredibly busy and none of your days are the same. But if there was a normal day, what does that look like for you?
So a normal day, or I guess my perfect day, would be every morning we have a stand-up, which is basically we are recapping the things that happened the day before, if it's a Monday, the week before, and we talk about our accomplishments, what are some upcoming things in our preview, our goals to accomplish for the week. And then we talk about blockers. So if there are a lot of challenges, things that may impede productivity or being able to reach a timeline goal, this is our opportunity to really talk about it. And one of the things that I love about stand-ups is that it allows everyone to kind of talk about what they're doing, because everyone is working on something different. And so you also have an opportunity for to cross-train in a sense, or be able to identify key people when you think about the work that you're doing. So that's the first thing that happens, and that happens for about 30 to 40 minutes. So after that, I am checking my emails, responding to all my follow-ups, and before my day starts, I create a to-do list of all the things that I have to do. And so sometimes I am in strategy meetings where we are talking about where we are currently with a tool. If we are lacking resources or skills, you know, I being able to identify those needs. And then I do maybe about a 2 to 3 hour block where I completely focus and zone in on strategy development or risk assessment. And that may include setting up workshops with some of my teams, sometimes the clients, and having a list of questions that I'm asking them, reviewing a lot of documents, you know. So if there's an architecture document that shows how a system is built out, I am assessing it. I am assessing all the policies and procedures that have been created for it as well. On the GRC side, I spend a ton of time strategy meeting with teams and making sure we have all the right roles in place to carry out everything, you know, from the design phase to the deployment. You know, I'm really driving the entire implementation and configuration process. So that gets a little bit more granular in details, you know, of the things that I am doing. And then before I wrap up, I look at all the things I was able to achieve for that day. What did I not achieve that day, so I can move it at the top of the to-do list for the following day.
So what if we had students watching who are interested in this career pathway, what one piece of advice would you give to them about entering this career?
Oh, wow. Well, if you are currently in your undergraduate level, there are sometimes opportunities to take electives, courses and things like that. So I would look for anything computer science, information security, and sometimes saying computer science, you know, people kind of freak out. I really want to paint a picture where, you know, cybersecurity, yes, there are many roles where there are coding and things like that. Right. But if you don't want to code, or if you don't really like that kind of path, cybersecurity is so broad where you can do more. So I would just encourage you to just take courses just to kind of create an awareness and you never know what may pique your interest. If you use your phone every day, you use so many technology to log on to the system for schools and your classes, check out, any of those information security courses and see if any of it, resonates with you. Also, like I mentioned, internships,
Right.
definitely be looking for opportunities, but also mentorship. I'm not sure if you all are using platforms like LinkedIn. Now would be a good time to start creating a profile, getting yourself set up, stating that you're a student and where your interest lies, and start reaching out to people who have certain job titles or are working in the space, and introduce yourself and just ask to connect with them and learn from them, understand what they're doing. And this is one way to increase your network. This is something I also did that worked for me in my career. Leveraging LinkedIn and building my network and reaching out to people, because your network really helps, to allow you to be other spaces become more accessible when you're connected to other folks as well. So definitely work on your network in the process.
Well, Talya, thank you so much. This is great information. I know we're going to invite you back again because you have so much information to share. So thank you so much for taking your time to joining us today, and we look forward to welcoming you back.
Thank you so much. This was so great.